It's been a while since I made a Detroit Pistons video. My last Detroit Pistons video was when they were 2-1 at the beginning of the season. I said this team looks completely different. Boy, was I wrong, because they went on a 20-something game losing streak after that. But this team is a complete mess. I don't even know where you start to rebuild this team. But in today's video, we're going to give how I would rebuild this team from the ground up. So let's talk about it right here. First of all, I wouldn't be keeping Troy Weaver as my GM. He has not hit on any of his first-round draft picks. He's had 8. Cade Cunningham, Killian Hayes, Saddiq Bey, Isaiah Stewart, Jalen Duren, Jaden Ivey, Asar Thompson, and Marcus Sasser. 2 of those 3, maybe 2 of those 8 maybe have hit. The only one that has been a for sure thing has been Cade Cunningham, and that's why I'm declaring him as untouchable on my roster. Anybody else can go, which is unfortunate because I really am relying on the potential of Jalen Duren, but you got to use Jaden Ivey and Jalen Duren and package that up with a pick to go get someone that can help you out immediately, because I don't trust Troy Weaver in the draft. That's why I'm trading this first pick. If we get the first pick, the second pick, or the third pick, anything outside of the top 3, this plan goes out the window because no one's going to want a number 4 pick. No one's going to want the number 5 pick, especially with this draft class that's coming in that isn't very highly touted or highly talented. So it's important next week during the draft lottery that we land a top 3 pick, because if you land a top 3 pick, this is what I'm doing. I'm packaging either Jalen Duren with that first pick, or I'm packaging Jalen Duren, Jaden Ivey, and that first pick together to go get a star to help Cade Cunningham. We need to get shooting on this team. My whole fandom of watching this Detroit team, I was too young for the 04, all the Chauncey Billups, Rasheed Wallace. I was when I was first starting really getting into basketball, so I was too young to remember any of that. But my whole life, this Detroit Pistons team has been towards the bottom of the league and shooting towards the bottom of the league and winning. I just want a winning basketball team, and it's hard to understand we're going to do that when you got Troy Weaver running your organization. That's why this president of operations has to be in that draft war room with Troy Weaver, and they have to decide that this pick is going to help this Detroit Pistons team, or they're not going to go anywhere, because he has not proven to me that he can hit in the draft. So you got to package that up and go get a star that can help Cade Cunningham. And I don't want, because you're honestly, if you want more assets for the future, you're honestly going to have to probably take on someone like Ben Simmons' contract and take on some assets from them. So, and then let his contract expire and let him go. And then, because this next year, we're probably not going to win anything if that's the way you go. I think with all these playoff teams that are struggling right now, like the Heat might have to blow up their team. The Clippers might have to blow up their team. Who else just took a tragic loss? The Lakers are going to blow up their team. There's going to be some, the Pelicans are blowing up their team. There's some star players out there that I would prefer to go get besides Trae Young and Ben Simmons. If that's who the Pistons go get, that just goes to show me that they're desperate to make a move to win now. And that move right there is not good. And we're just going to be in the same position for the next 5 years. These moves this offseason have to be calculated. They have to help Cade Cunningham out. You got to get him scoring off the bench, and you got to get him scoring with him. He's a terrific ball handler. I think he's going to be better off the ball. He's better off the ball. So if you get a primary ball handler, like a point guard, to help Cade Cunningham out to where he can excel in what he does, where he doesn't have to be the primary ball handler. He's a little too big. That's why he turns the ball over. You get a primary ball handler like D'Angelo Russell, or if you wanted to go get Tyrese Maxey, pair him up with Cade Cunningham. This is just wishful thinking, because those things are probably not going to happen. And there's a lot of players that don't want to come to the Detroit Pistons. So we're in a complete mess of a situation right now, but that's honestly what I would do. I would have to package up Jaden Ivey, Jalen Duren, and that first pick, or an Isaiah Stewart. We got to get some more talent in here off the bench, because our bench is atrocious. Our bench, we have never had a bench in my fandom as a Detroit Pistons fan. This team is in a complete mess right now. We got to build this team from the ground up, and the only player that's safe, in my opinion, is Cade Cunningham, unless you get a hell of an offer, which I highly doubt. You got a lot of cap space. You have barely any assets. You got to go get some more assets this offseason. Otherwise, the future's looking very bleak, no matter the cap space you have, because I'm not wasting that cap space on a veteran like Tobias Harris, who's not going to come in here and we're going to win a couple more games and could be playing for the play-in tournament, being a 6th seed and then getting bounced in the first round. What fun is that? Look what the Timberwolves have done in a short amount of time with Anthony Edwards. They surrounded him with talent. They gave him, our Cat was already there, but they surrounded his team with talent. Mike Conley, veterans that can score, veterans that know how to win. That's what Cade Cunningham needs. He needs veterans that can help out and win. Not a Bojan Bogdanovic, not an Alec Burks who come in and they got to get hot to hit threes. We got to stop wishing for players, and we got to get players that are going to help out Cade Cunningham. Otherwise, we're just going to be in the same boat the next year, and the next year. That's why it's important that if we land one of those top picks, I think you got to trade it. But if you consider staying there and taking that top pick, you draft that Zachary Richis here because he's the better fit for this team. I don't know where to start with this Detroit Pistons team. Let me know what you guys think. I know it's been a while since I talked about the Detroit Pistons. If you guys don't want me to talk about the Detroit Pistons, let me know in the comment section down below. I need more things to talk about, and I love talking about Detroit sports. I love Detroit sports. I love the Tigers. I love the Lions. You guys already know I love the Lions. And I love the Pistons. And I love the Red Wings, but they got to give me something to talk about. Like the video, comment down below what you guys think about the video. Subscribe to the channel. Let me know what you guys would do. Motor City signing out, and I'll see you guys soon. Peace.